This video is sponsored by PTCGLstore.com, a great place for you to buy Pokemon TCG code cards. Please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Before going into the video, please take a second to click that like button, and we're on the road to getting 9,000 subscribers to this channel, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for all of your support, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content I put out in this channel. In today's video, I'll be showcasing Marowak from the Scarlet and Violet 151 expansion set. Marowak is actually pretty cool. It has two strong attacks. The first one is Bone Throw. For a single fighting energy, it deals 30 damage, and it also deals 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. And its second attack is Boundless Power. For one fighting and one colorless energy, it deals 120 damage, but this Pokemon cannot attack on your next turn. These attacks seem pretty weak at first, but this card was actually created to synergize with its basic form CUBONE. It has the ability Cheering Bone. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, attacks used by your Marowak do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And since this ability can stack, you're looking at an additional 120 damage to Marowak's attacks. So now with 4 CUBONEs on your bench, Marowak's Bone Throw attack is dealing as much as 150 damage for a single energy. And Boundless Power can deal as much as 240 damage, which is reasonably strong. But you may be wondering, we'll need at least one CUBONE to evolve into Marowak, so you can't really have 4 CUBONEs on your bench. While that is normally the case, thankfully we have Zoroark with a Phantom Transformation ability. This will allow you to switch this Pokemon with a Stage 1 Pokemon card in your discard pile. So if you have Marowak in the discard pile, you can put it into play, completely skipping CUBONE, thus allowing you to have 4 CUBONEs on your bench and also a Marowak in your active spot, maximizing the power of Marowak's attacks. As for the other cards worth noting, since we'll need recovery for our Zoroarks, I have Super Rod and one copy of Clara. And for easy recovery of our CUBONEs, I also have Rescue Carriers, which recovers up to 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less from your discard pile back to your hand. And for my tool cards, I have one copy of Defiance Band. Just in case you're running behind on prizes, this can increase your attack by 30 more damage. And I also added one copy of Rigid Band, which reduces damage taken by your Stage 1 Pokemon with this on by 30 damage. This could potentially increase the survivability of your Marowak. Rock Chest Plate is also an alternative to this, but I thought I could equip this to Bibarel as well, so I went with Rigid Band. This build is really straightforward, but it is unexpectedly powerful. I was happy to have been able to try this out. Anyway, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. And now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Marowak. Alright, on to our first match. I won the coin flip, and I do prefer going first, so we are going first in this matchup. Since I have Zoroark, I will just put Zorua in the active spot. Got a CUBONE, Battle VIP Pass, and an Ultra Ball. Very nice. So first things first is we gotta set up our draw engine, so Bidoof, and I'll just get another CUBONE, and I will end my turn here. I'll reserve this Ultra Ball to evolve into Bibarel next turn. So my opponent has Charmander. Looks like we're going against a Charizard EX build. Alright. During my testing with my preliminary builds, I've actually been able to beat a few Charizard EX matchups, so this is a winnable matchup for sure. They have Mawile, and they're just gonna retreat into that and their turn. We got a Marowak from our top deck. That's actually pretty good. So we can discard that and an energy, get our Bibarel, and then by discarding this Marowak, we can actually transform with Zoroark, put an energy to our Marowak, and then be able to draw 4 cards with Bibarel's Industrious Incisors ability. We can even attack and knock out this Mawile because we are hitting for 90 damage as of right now. And we even got another CUBONE. That is actually pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just recover these 3 with Super Rod, and then we're going to attack. 120 damage for a single energy, not too bad, and 30 extra damage to their bench. However, since they have Manaphy with the Wave Veil ability, it blocks that damage from damaging their benched Pokemon. We did get a Professor's Research from that prize, so that's really good. That's gonna help us draw extra cards next turn. And they're gonna use Arven. I think they will be able to evolve into a Charizard because I think they got an Ultra Ball last turn with this Mew. And a Choice Belt. Alright. There's the Rare Candy. There's the Charizard EX. And it's gonna use the ability Infernal Rain, allowing them to search their deck for up to 3 basic fire energies and attach them to their Pokemon in any way they like. Since they have an energy to Mew, they can retreat that, and then they can start attacking with Charizard EX with Burning Darkness, dealing 210 damage, knocking out our Marowak. Alright, we don't really have a lot of options here, so I'll just put this CUBONE in the active spot. Bidoof. I think I'll attach an energy and put Bidoof in play. I'll recover these 2. That will increase my chances of being able to get a Marowak and maybe deal chip damage to Charizard EX. But unfortunately, we didn't get one. We did get Artisan though, so I'll just get another CUBONE. There's really not much I could do. Heavy Ball Manaphy. We don't need that for this matchup. I'll just use hit twice, I guess. Maybe deal some chip damage to Charizard EX, but they're both tails. Alright. So we're gonna lose a CUBONE, but at least we have Rescue Carrier. We can just recover that. But they're gonna boss my Bibarel. Alright, I was actually suspecting that. So that's good that we put our Bidoof in play. That way we can just evolve into another Bibarel. And I should be okay because I have Professor's Research anyways. Lost Vacuum. That's not gonna affect us that much because we basically have all the Pokemon we need in our bench. But I do have boss's orders. I'm thinking of probably just bossing that Manaphy. Maybe we can continue to take extra prizes if we can hit for bench damage. We got a Zorua. Okay, that's good. And I could use Raihan. I could just reserve my boss's orders next turn. What I could do is just use Raihan, accelerate 1 energy to one of my CUBONEs, and then get a Marowak, deal some chip damage to this Charizard EX, and then we could knock it out next turn. Alright. So the bench damage won't matter because of Manaphy. We'll take care of Manaphy next turn. Alright, 210 damage. We should be able to knock it out next turn. So even if they knock out my active Marowak, we can put the CUBONE with the energy in the active spot, use Rescue Carrier, recover the other CUBONE, and we should be able to hit for 210 damage. But we need to get an evolution to evolve our Marowak. So they have Entei using their V-Star power ability to find any 1 card from their deck, and they're just gonna attack. Alright. So we lose 1. We will use Rescue Carrier to get a CUBONE back. Okay, so we'll just put that in the active spot. Mesagoza, dude. Let's see if we can get a Marowak with this Mesagoza. Yes, okay, cool. We got heads. So what I'm gonna do actually, that way we're not wasting away our cards here, I might just boss that Manaphy. That way we're not wasting away our bench damage each time we attack. So I'm just gonna use Bone Throw, knock 1 out. Their bench is still protected. And then we're just gonna recover those CUBONEs with our Rescue Carrier. Alright, we got an Iono. That's pretty good. So I don't have to use Professor's Research to discard my recovery item. And alright, they're gonna present their Pidgey. They're probably gonna be able to evolve into a Pidgeot EX. But they did discard a lot of very important cards. They're gonna put Charmander in the Lost Zone along with our Mesagoza. They should have used the Mesagoza. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but alright. Okay, more low HP Pokemon for us to target, and they're just gonna pass. Okay. They didn't even have an energy to get Pidgey out of the active spot. So, we're gonna take advantage of that. We're gonna use Rescue Carrier, and I'll just recover these 2. Might as well. And then I'm going to use Iono. They will still get 3 cards. We get 4. And since we got to keep our Marowak, that is actually pretty awesome. And I'll just charge up this other CUBONE. In case they put their Charizard EX in the active, we can still knock it out. So we're going to use Bone Throw, dealing 90 damage, minus 30, because Pidgey is resistant. And I think I will put that on Entei V. Yeah, because they can evolve their Pidgey and Charmander, and that's gonna just increase their HP. Okay, we got an Ultra Ball for prizes. Mew was another option because that one cannot evolve, so we can knock it out. But Entei V has 230. We can only hit up to 210 without any other modifications. So at least if they present that in the active spot, we can just knock it out. And they need 3 more prizes to win this game, so we should still be okay. Just have to keep up with the recovery. And it's good that we have Marowak already in place, or in our hand. So as long as we can get another CUBONE back from our discard pile into our hand, we should be okay. So I'll evolve my active. We can attack with Boundless Power. For now, I'm gonna get my Bibarel and hope for the best. We'll put that in the active, and I'm leaving this to chance, guys. Come on, I need a recovery. Ooh, okay. Let's evolve into Zoroark. I can still use Iono. Maybe we'll get it. Come on, Iono, get me something to recover. Oh, okay, we didn't get it. What can we do here? I could use Ultra Ball to lessen my hand. Let's see. Okay, we have Rescue Carrier. That's pretty much what I need, is the Rescue Carrier. I'll just transform into Bibarel. Maybe I can draw into it. This is a long shot, but I have to do it. Let's go ahead and transform into Bibarel. Industrious Incisors. Okay, we still didn't get the recovery. We have Defiance Band though, and we are behind on prizes. 180. Yeah, they should do it. Dude. Let me recover my other supporter cards first. And yeah, there it is. Boundless Power, dude. The Defiance Band actually helped us to knock out that Charizard EX, getting us 2 prizes. And there it is. That's pretty awesome. And they will present their Entei V in the active spot. We can just knock it out if they can't retreat it. We have Clara to recover Marowak, and there's a concede. All right, I will take it. Good game. All right, on to our next match. Oh, okay, looks like we're gonna mulligan. Both of us will mulligan. And looks like we're gonna start with Azurua in the active spot. We are going against a lightning type build. All right, so we have the advantage. We better win this one, otherwise it's gonna be very embarrassing. First things first though is to set up our basic. We got Artisan, and Professor's Research will help us to draw extra cards. However, we can't use it on our first turn. Alright, looks like my opponent will start with a Squawk ability EX. Alright, let's go ahead and use our Artisan. And I mean, setting up my draw engine is actually the priority. I'm gonna go with Bidoof. Yeah, you can never go wrong with Bidoof on your first turn. Attaching basic energy is going to be meaningless, so I will just end my turn. Squawka Billy EX has an ability to discard your entire hand, then draw 5, I think, or 6. But they do have a Battle VIP pass. It's gonna get them 2 basic Pokemon on their bench. Alright, Mew EX and a Raikou V. Forest Seal Stone will allow it to use a V-Star Power ability to get any 1 card from their deck, and they're gonna attach a Lightning Energy onto it. Adventurer's Discovery gets a bunch of Pikachu V Union cards. Alright. This will be an epic match for sure if we can knock out that that Pikachu V Union. So Pikachu V Union, I believe, has an item lock. I don't think it will affect us that much. However, recovery will be a challenge if we cannot use our rescue carriers. Alright, Raikou V will use the Forest Seal Stone ability. That will use up their V-Star for the game. And not too sure exactly what they got, but... Oh, they got all 4 Pikachu V Union! Alright, with the Squawkabilly EX ability, they were able to discard all 4 of them in a single go. That is actually pretty awesome. They have Radiant Greninja, so we're not too worried about Radiant Greninja because I believe they're using mostly lightning energies in this build. But Raikou V is definitely a liability for my opponent since we can target it with our Marowak. But it is a challenge because we have not even set up any CUBONE on our bench at all. So that's going to be a problem, especially if they can attack with their Pikachu V Union. Prevent us from using any item cards. We will not be able to set up our CUBONEs. And there it is. The Pikachu V Union comes into play. Electric Generator will help them to accelerate lightning energies onto it. They got 1 so far, so that's pretty dangerous actually. That's pretty scary. They already got it set up. That is okay. Could evolve our Zoroark. Can use Professor's Research to discard this Marowak so we can evolve or transform with Zoroark at least. But I hate to discard all those important cards, but we have no choice. We got another Zorua. Still no sign of those CUBONEs, bro. And why? Get out of here, Pokestop. That's so annoying. Discarded 3 of our supporter cards, and we got Tails on this Mesagoza. What is going on? Let me discard these 2. Get a bit barrel at least to help us draw. We can use Rescue Carrier to get some of those, or at least this Zorua. We'll set that up, and then I'll recover these. No, I'll recover just the energy because we can transform into that Marowak, right? We're gonna use Industrious Incisor. We got 1 CUBONE and an energy. All right, so that's something. Let's go ahead and Phantom Transform, and then maybe we can hit the bench for at least something. So we're dealing 30 damage to this Squawkabilly EX, and then 30 damage to this Raikou V. I think that's fair. We can one-hit knock out that Pikachu V Union actually. We don't even have to use the Boundless Power attack. As long as we can set up 4 CUBONEs, we can deal a one-hit knockout against that Pikachu V Union. But as it is, we've only seen 1 CUBONE so far, so this is not looking good. But they still have 6 prizes to go, so we should be fine. And they don't get any energy from that electric generator, so that should afford us another turn at least. They will put an energy to Squawkabilly EX to retreat it into Mew EX. And they're just gonna draw 1 extra card. Mew EX has 0 retreat cost, so they're just gonna use that as a pivot, I think. You can use Mesagoza, and they get heads. All right, not that they need any other Pokemon from their deck, because their bench is full, and they have nowhere else to put it. But they can lessen the card from their deck. So what we're gonna do is probably just use Iono and draw extra cards. We need to find those CUBONEs, and I'm not sure. We can probably knock out this Mew EX because It is resistant to fighting, so we are hitting 30 less damage, but maybe we can increase our damage enough to get a knockout here. We got heads. All right, cool. So we're gonna get our CUBONE. Got 3 left in the deck. All right. Put that into our bench. Use Iono. Another CUBONE. All right, cool. Very, very nice. Okay. We're only hitting 90 damage, so I could use Boundless Power to hit for 180 damage, actually. Let's review our prizes here. Nothing that will impact us that much. Industrious Incisors for 2. And we're just gonna use Boundless Power, dealing a knockout blow against this Mew EX. Despite its resistance, having 3 CUBONEs in our bench actually was able to increase our damage enough to get a knockout there. That's pretty nice. That's 2 prizes for us. 2 prizes closer to winning this game. Raikou V is easy knockout as well. We can use Ultra Ball to evolve into Marowak. We can even use Raihan to accelerate energy. Recover more or get another CUBONE from our deck, because we actually transformed this active. So there is no CUBONE attached to this one. They will switch out their Pikachu V Union in the active spot, so it is hitting for a lot of damage, and it is now able to item lock us. Really depends on which attack they will use, because they have access to 4 attacks. But most likely it is going to be the item lock. So disconnect deals 150 damage, and then its opponent cannot use any item cards during their turn, so we can't use this Ultra Ball to get a Marowak. But thankfully we have Raihan, and we got a Marowak from our top deck. That is insane. Let's go ahead and evolve it. We should be able to knock out this. Oh no, we need 4, so we can't really, dude. Okay, that's fine. We might just have to use Boundless Power here to get a knockout. I'll get Zoroark, or I could just get Rescue Carrier to increase my attack damage output. That will guarantee my knockout here. I can't use Rescue Carrier because of the item lock, but at least Boundless Power will deal enough damage to knock out my opponent's Pikachu V Union. That is pretty cool. We even got heads with this Mesagoza, and that can actually get us a Zoroark. And again, be able to transform into a Marowak next turn if we need to. Boundless Power will deal 360 damage, knocking out their Pikachu V Union and its useless item lock. And that will get us 3 prizes. Very, very good. We got a Marowak and another basic energy. We are on a roll here, guys. We can use Ultra Ball to get another CUBONE from our deck. Rescue Carrier to recover the Marowak from our active. And then we can deal a maximum amount of damage. Doesn't matter which Pokemon they put in the active spot. They will attack with Raikou V, but it really doesn't matter. We will take a win here. And I will just maximize my damage here, if my opponent will allow me before they concede. So I will transform into Marowak, put an energy there, Rescue Carrier this one CUBONE, and this Rua, I guess, and then we can use Ultra Ball to get our last CUBONE from our deck, and that will maximize our attack damage output even with this Bone Throw, dealing 300 damage against this Raikou V for the win, and extra 30 damage to their bench. There it is, guys. Marowak is actually pretty awesome against certain matchups. There you have it. Very good game. Thank you to my opponent for being patient. Good game. Alright, on to our next match. We get to go first again, and we are starting with 2 CUBONEs. That's pretty awesome. We got Battle VIP Pass, another Level Ball, and an Ultra Ball. So first thing first is to get our draw engine for sure. And looks like we're going against a water type matchup. Alright, Frigibax in the active spot. Fortunately, we can't evolve into Marowak just yet. But we will just set up our Bidoof, CUBONE, and another CUBONE. Manaphy might be very important here, especially if they use Radiant Greninja. And let me just put an energy to CUBONE and end my turn. So if they don't retreat this Frigibax, we could knock it out. Nest Ball. Rotom V. Alright. Rotom V. So this could be a Chien-Pao, maybe. You got Battle VIP Pass with Arvin. For a Seal Stone allows them to get any one card from their deck. That will use up the V-Star power ability though. And there's the Chien-Pao and a Bidoof. Okay. Basic energy on Frigibax to retreat into Chien-Pao. So if we could prevent them from evolving that Frigibax, that would be ideal, but it's a long shot. Okay, there's the Forest Seal Stone V-Star ability. They will get one card from their deck. We don't know what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Pokestop. And that will discard 3 cards from their deck. Not helping them out, because that only gets item cards from the top 3 cards of your deck. Alright, they're going to use Rotom V's ability to draw 3 cards ending their turn. We got a Marowak from our top deck, which is pretty awesome. Ooh, we're only dealing 210 damage though. Not quite enough to knock out this Chien-Pao EX. Very unfortunate. And we can't use Ultra Ball either. I mean, I could. Let's use Pokestop. Maybe we'll get another item card. Oh, okay. That just discarded 3 of our cards. Alright, we have no choice. Get up a barrel with this Ultra Ball. And then hopefully we can draw into something good. Iono would be nice. There's an Iono. Okay, cool. Oh no, let me use Boss's Orders. Let's target this Frigibax. That's actually even better. And then I can set up another one of my CUBONE by putting this basic energy, but I'll just sacrifice it for now. And then I'll get a Zorua. That way I can maximize my damage output if I transform into a Marowak. So we're going to use Bone Throw, knocking out this Frigibax, dealing 120 damage and 30 damage to their Chien-Pao EX. Now it is within knockout range, and we even got a Rescue Carrier, and we are pretty much all set for our next turn. We have Iono in our hand. We can just reshuffle their hand back to the deck. Since they can't evolve into a Baxcalibur yet, we should be safe for another turn. So we are looking good. Alright, cool. There's Irida. Probably going to set up another Frigibax. Yeah, Chien-Pao is actually... As long as you can gatekeep their Baxcalibur, you know, they can't really attach any of their water energies, and they cannot attack for a lot of damage. So that's the downside to Chien-Pao. Very dependent on Baxcalibur. There's the Manaphy though, which will negate our bench damage attacks. Ultra Ball. Probably gonna get up a barrel. Or maybe set up their Baxcalibur for next turn, but we can use Iono to just reshuffle their deck. Or their hand back to the deck. Yep, so there's the barrel. Pretty useless right now because they have 6 cards in their hand. And they're just going to collect as much water energies from their deck. But again, because of Iono, they can't really use that up. We're just going to disrupt their hand. Alright, cool. All the cards are actually going in our favor. So what I'm going to do is probably just use Iono here. Disrupt their hand. And then let's see what we got. We got an Ultra Ball Rigid Band. Okay. I will just energize my Marowak and get a knockout here. We should have enough firepower to deal enough damage. So we're gonna just draw 2 cards with this barrel. We got a Raihan, which is pretty good. And we're just gonna use Boundless Power to deal 210 damage, knocking out this Chien-Pao EX, getting us another 2 prizes. Alright, very cool. So Marowak is actually really, really powerful. This build though is pretty weak against Avery because it does force your hand or your bench down to just 3. And since you need the draw engine barrel, it's really hard to keep those CUBONEs in your bench, and you could lose that way. But with the help of recovery items, there is a way around it. But if your opponent is constantly disrupting your bench, it's pretty hard to win with this build. It is a single prize, you know, but it is actually pretty powerful. After testing this out, I actually like this Marowak card. Alright, so my opponent gets to set up another Chien-Pao EX. You can use Cross Switcher to target my barrel. Alright. That's fine. I can actually use Ultra Ball to transform or get a Zoroark. Then we can just transform into barrel. Keep drawing cards. But with the amount of support cards we have in our hand, we actually don't need Bibarel as much. Bibarel is really good for drawing cards, but mostly in the initial stages when you're only setting up. But that Manaphy is a bother for sure. But I'm also thinking that Rotom V is a good target for us. It is weak against fighting, so we can just one-hit knock it out. We just need a boss. And alright, they're gonna attack for 120 damage, knocking out a barrel. So what we could do is just continue to attack with this Marowak. How I wish I had that boss's orders. Let's see, I could use Raihan. Yeah, no, I'll just put Zorua in play. That way, if I need to transform into a Bibarel, I can. Let's see if we could do that. Let's get a Zoroark. And then I'll use Raihan to put an energy to this CUBONE. And get another Zoroark. You know what? Let me get a boss. Let me get boss. I can boss that Rotom V. And we're just gonna use Boundless Power to deal 210 damage to this Chien-Pao EX. So it is within knockout range already. They still need 5 prizes to go. So at least keeping it at a low HP. What we could do is just use boss orders to boss that Manaphy. And once that's removed, we can just knock out one of their other Pokemon and then hit for bench damage to knock out this Chien-Pao EX, getting us 3 prizes. So that's one win condition we have. Or we could just target the Rotom V, get 2 prizes, and then whatever they put in the active spot, we'll just knock it out. Yeah, so as long as we have 4 CUBONEs actually in play, with Zoroark, we can deal 240 damage if we need to. Just we haven't had gotten the opportunity to do so, but it is possible to just one-hit KO a Chien-Pao EX. Alright, they're just gonna attack with Chien-Pao, alright. That will knock out a Marowak, but that's fine. we're just gonna get another prize against this Chien-Pao EX, and then we can attack another turn if we need to. Yeah, so this is pretty much game, I think, since the next turn we can even deal a one-hit knockout if we need to. But what is the fastest way to do this is the question. And I'm just gonna go straightforward with this. I'll use Marowak. I'll need an energy though to power up my attack. Get a CUBONE with Rescue Carrier. I might just have to use Professor's Research though, but I could use up these item cards first before anything. I'll just, since I will be discarding boss orders, I'll just get Clara and boss's orders again. And then let's see, Pokemon. Yeah, I can use Super Rod to recover my Zoroark line and this energy, or one of the energies. Then we can use Professor's Research. There's the energy. Alright, cool. And we even got Zoroark. So we can maximize our damage output next turn even. So it doesn't matter which Pokemon they put in the active spot, we will be able to deal the maximum amount of damage. So Bone Throw for 150 damage. Again, their bench is protected by Manaphy, but we will take a knockout against their Chien-Pao EX, getting us 2 more prizes. We got a Battle VIP Pass and a basic energy. Alright, cool. So yeah, this actually sets us up for the win next turn. Even if they knock out our Marowak, they will only get 1 prize. We have Raihan. We can put Zoroark in the active spot, transform into Marowak once more, put basic energy from our hand, accelerate with Raihan, so we can use Boundless Power one last time to deal a one-hit knockout against their Chien-Pao EX. So that's gonna be game. Even if they have Radiant Greninja to deal multiple knockouts, we have Rescue Carrier to just recover those CUBONEs if they target 2. And since we only need 1 prize remaining either way, they still can't get enough prizes to win this game at all. Oh, okay, they're gonna retreat their Chien-Pao EX into Excalibur. And they're gonna use Buster Tail. Doesn't matter, we only need 1 more prize to win this game. And yeah, we are going to be able to deal enough damage. So we're just gonna use Phantom Transformation into Marowak once more in this game. Then we're gonna use Raihan to attach an energy. It is required that you get 1 card from the deck, so you can't really skip this part. I will just get boss orders. Not that it matters. We will win this turn. Attach an energy and then Boundless Power for 240 damage, knocking out their Excalibur for our last prize and for the win. Alright, not too bad. Against a Chien-Pao EX. Very good game. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.